Call the order, the Mahoning County Board of Elections special regular board meeting on Wednesday, May 10th at 4 p.m. in the boardroom of the Mahoning County Board of Elections office at 3045 Oak Hill Avenue. Would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Calpesta.
Present.
Attorney Beatrice.
Present.
Ms. Barger.
Here.
Mr. Arndt.
Here.
Would we please stand and would the vice chair lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silence for our nation. Thank you. Can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the May 1st, May 2nd, 2023 regularly adjourned board meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and there is a second. Is there any discussion? Would the director call the roll?
Ms. Calpesta.
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice.
Yes.
Ms. Barger.
Yes.
Mr. Arndt.
Yes.
Chairman's report. We must begin the counting of cured provisional ballots by the 8th day after the election. So that's today, and remake absentees in accordance with House Bill 458. I would now ask for a report on that, please.
Sure, in front of you is a package. First page, we're giving a breakdown of our absentees, nursing homes, and the provisionals. And then getting ready for the August election this year, we kind of gave you a breakdown of what we did last year in the special August. But for the provisionals, Ann's here, we have 15 valid ones, is that correct?
Yes.
That we need. Do we need the board approval on that?
Wait a minute, say what you just said
We have
again.
15 valid provisionals that came in.
We don't need those.
Okay.
You can
You
count
can
those.
take those.
What? I don't know, provisionals
I
are
think
fine.
we're good. Where'd Ann go?
She took them to get counted.
And we have provisional ballots 21, 15 were valid and 6 were invalid.
6 we need to roll on.
All right, let's
You
see
wanna
the
go with
6.
the right polling location on precinct first.
One church right here, or right here, one church.
Well, let's go with the easy ones, the ones that are not registered. Let's
Send
strike
two
those.
back to the, there already? The board has to roll on those two.
Rule on what?
The ones that went to the right location, but they were.
Right polling location, wrong precinct.
Okay.
This one came in from Boardman 29 at the polling location at the precinct, contains no ballots. And upon our review, she would have been a valid voter, we believe she dropped in the scanner, but we at least have to present to the board.
Present what? No ballot?
Yeah, no ballot.
Okay.
Just so we have our numbers right when we report to it. Thank you. Ready to go?
Okay, so I don't know if we need a motion for no ballot,
Okay.
because there's nothing to count.
We're going to come back to it, let's go to no election.
No, that's not that.
All right, Ann,
Don't we have the rule that that's invalid?
there's a valid voter.
But there's no ballot. How can we vote not to count a ballot that's not there?
We just want to make sure we present to the board.
Okay.
I think a motion on this, unless my fellow board members think differently, is a nullity. There's nothing to file a motion on, there's no ballot.
Nope.
Hey, Ann, you want to explain these two?
Yes, Smith Township, they voted in Smith Township, but it was split one, not split two.
What?
So, in Smith Township,
There's two different
there's
ballots
two
out there.
different ballots,
The people who came in, we only had one ballot style,
one, but they were from, split one.
so the poll workers let them vote provisional when they really had no election to vote
We
on.
had no
At
right
all.
to vote.
Well, I move that
We strike those.
we strike those. Wait a minute, let's vote on that. Can we have a motion to strike that ballot?
Well, there's two of them, correct?
Two.
There's two
Correct.
of them.
Okay, and those are people that got a ballot that should not have
They
had a
shouldn't
ballot.
have.
Okay.
That's in Smith Township,
In
correct?
Smith Township,
Is
correct.
there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? There's a motion made by Vice Chair Sandy Barger, and aren't you happy he made a second, Bob Orange? Is there any discussion on this? Hearing no discussion, would the director call the roll,
Ms.
please?
Kelpesta,
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice,
Yes.
Ms. Barger,
Yes.
Mr. Orange.
Yes.
Okay, two, no identification. They didn't bring their identification when they come to the polling location, and within the deadline, they never brought us in.
All right, so
Give
we
me the
have,
precincts on those, please.
One is Youngstown 6D and Struthers 2A.
so we have two where no identification was presented at the time they voted, and at the cure period, they didn't bring in any identification. Is that my understanding?
Yes.
Correct.
All right, can I have a motion for the no identification on the two ballots?
I motion we validate those two ballots.
There's a motion made by Joyce Kilpesta. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Sandy Barger. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Kelpesta,
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice,
Yes.
Ms. Barger,
Yes.
Mr. Orange.
Yes. All right,
Not registered.
there is then one that says not registered voter in the state of Ohio.
What precinct, please?
Poland Township 9.
They are now registered though, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we have a person that was not registered voter in the state of Ohio. They are registered to vote now. Is there a motion to invalidate that ballot?
Let's invalid, I'll make a motion to invalidate that one voter in Poland Township.
There's a motion made by Vice Chair Sandra Barger. There's a second by Joyce Kilpesta. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Kelpesta.
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice, Ms.
Yes.
Barger,
Yes.
Mr. Orange.
Yes. All right, now we have provisional ballots. Right polling place, wrong precinct. We have two of those, correct?
Sure, Struthers 4B, Youngstown 2E. They made it to the right location, but were directed to the wrong precinct. And it's a directive from a few years back, when it's a right church, wrong pew, we do count those.
Is it the same ballot style in both?
Yes.
Yes.
So I make a motion that we validate those two.
There's a motion made by Joyce Kilpesta to validate these two provisional ballots. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Sandra Barger. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Kelpesta,
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice,
Yes,
Ms. Barger,
Yes.
Mr. Orange.
that's it, right?
That's it.
All right.
You have the employees opening the
Yes.
16. We're going to scan those today, but the directive is very clear that you have the unofficial results on election night, you have the officials on the 18th, and no total should be added to those in between. So our thought was to scan those tonight, but not tabulate until the 18th.
Okay. So, do you have a report, director's report?
No, we think the election went pretty smooth last Tuesday.
I have a question. I was in court all day. Are we having an August election? I know they were voting
We're
on.
voting at 3 o'clock and I haven't heard any updates
You
yet.
They're
have-
still voting.
They're still
They're still
voting.
discussing.
Can I ask
Okay.
a question, or is the time period to receive late absentees?
Yes, it was
Okay.
a Saturday at noon, and we were here Saturday until noon to receive everything.
All right.
So everything's in?
Everything's in.
Is there anything else? You sure?
Yes.
All right, any unfinished business?
Not this time,
Any new business?
not this time.
Anything for the good of the order or public comments from anyone? I see David Skolnick's here. It's nice to see you.
This is like the 5th time I've been here.
No, the last two meetings you haven't been here.
Right, but I've been here 5 times.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you the last two times.
What?
All right,
We
then,
do have something.
No, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I just want to be clear on 6th Ward. So from what I'm hearing is that we had one ballot, one provisional that was not valid,
Correct.
one that was,
3 that were.
3 that were,
Were.
okay.
So what we're gonna do, they're gonna open them today,
Mhm.
and we have, you know, a team of Republicans.
Wait, first of all, hold on a second. Could you stand up?
Oh, sure.
Could you state your name and address, please?
Sure, I'm
'Cause
sorry.
we're taking a record of this.
No
public
problem.
Meeting. We have to, you understand.
Yes,
We have to have a
yes.
record of it.
Yeah. I'm Janet Tarpley. My address is 34 Elva Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, 44512.
Okay, your question is?
And my question is, there was 3 provisional ballots
Correct.
total,
4 total.
4 total.
3 are valid, 1 was invalid because there was no ID provided by Saturday at noon.
Okay, and the other absentees, they never came in.
That's correct. We had an outstanding, I believe, 12 absentees
Right.
from 6th Ward. They never arrived in the time by the deadline
Okay.
postmark. So there's no absentees to add to that total. I believe you're up by 3 with 3 votes to count.
With 3 more votes to count.
Right.
Okay,
So-
so I'm
Well, here,
still, and I'm still in limbo.
Limbo.
Here's the good news. You can't lose. The best is a tie.
There's a time.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good news.
Yeah.
The bad news is if there's a tie, I for the first time get to toss a coin
After we recount.
After we recount.
after we recount,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait a minute. No,
No.
you're right.
Yeah,
Flip the coin first.
and then we recount.
Then we recount.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've never got to do it. I always
Well, I
wanted
hope
to
you
do
don't
it.
have to do it.
I hope you don't, you don't want that, David.
That's right. All right, thank you.
No matter what.
Did you make me flip a coin?
You know what, that you asked, you're gonna flip it.
No, I don't want to flip a coin.
No,
This is the answer.
nobody wins when you flip a coin.
All right, anything else for the good of the order? Any other public comments? The next scheduled, a special regular meeting for the Mahoney County Board of Elections for the primary certification is set Thursday, May 18th, so that's a week tomorrow, correct?
That's correct.
All right. At 4 PM in the boardroom of the Mahoney County Board of Elections at 345 Oak Hill Avenue. Now, the official results will be released then,
On the 18th, that's correct.
on the 18th. Okay, and that's when they'll be published
That's
for the public.
That's correct.
So we're gonna wait to tabulate until the 18th, is that my understanding?
Well, that's up to the board. I think the Secretary of State is very clear that no results shall be released after the unofficial to the official. So
I think we tabulate, we just don't count.
No, I wanna make sure
if we
that,
tabulate, we're gonna have the results.
I wanna make sure the director.
But we can't release them.
No, we can't
We
release.
cannot, we are prohibited by law from releasing them until the 18th, is that my
Correct.
understanding?
Yes.
All right, so we can't tabulate it until the 18th.
We could, and the board would be aware of those results, so it's,
I would prefer that it not be released or given to anyone, because if it leaks out, then we have an investigation on our hands. And I prefer not to be talking to an investigator about whether or not I released anything. So I think the better practice would be on Monday morning, you know, we'll certify it at 4, but we could release it of that morning on the 18th.
So I make a motion, we do not tabulate until the 18th.
18th, that's correct.
I just want to make sure that we are not allowed to release official results until the 18th.
That is correct.
Correct.
Okay, so my preference would be that none of us know, none of the board members know, no one knows until the 18th, because if something leaks out, then we got a leaker on our hands, and I'm gonna be a little crazy, and we'll be a little cray-cray if someone leaks out something and violates the law, because we're all sworn to uphold the law.
Right.
So my
Okay.
question is, are we going to release it prior to our meeting at 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Or are we going to?
We could,
I would wait till the meeting.
Why?
Just
I mean, all we do
because
is
we're not
certify.
making it official until 4 o'clock.
That's a good point.
Yeah, the official.
All right.
What's another?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
already dying.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, but we
May
don't
18th
rule.
at 4
Yeah,
o'clock,
we don't rule.
Everybody will know.
everyone will know.
We'll know at the same time.
All right, is there any other
I
business?
made a
She
motion.
made a motion.
To adjourn?
No, I made a motion that we don't tabulate until the 18th, and the final release will be at 4 o'clock.
That will release it during the board meeting.
Right.
Okay. There's a motion made by Joyce Stelpessa to not tabulate the final votes until May 18th and not release them until the board votes on releasing them on May 18th. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Aren't you happy I seconded it? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I would ask the director to call the roll.
Ms. Calpesta?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Okay, if there are no other businesses, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
There's a motion made by Joyce Calpesta to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Sandra Barker. Is there any discussions on whether we should adjourn or not, or am I gonna hit you with this now? Hearing none,
There is no special August election, by the way.
there is
Yay!
no
Oh, okay.
special August election.
They just had the vote, it was 56-42.
Wow,
They needed 60.
60.
Wow.
wow. Hip hip hooray.
Well, look,
Is that final though? Or are you gonna do another vote with a different
That was
proposal?
that was the amendment to hold the August special election passed, but it was 56-42, but it was short of the 60.
all right. All right, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Calpesta?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
That's good for board election.
This meeting is adjourned.
My God,